Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naika, and today I colored, constructed, and installed this 5x5 wig on myself, by myself, with no help. If you guys like this look and y'all want to look like this, keep on watching. Like starting off the videos with an intro of myself because I feel like none of y'all know my name unless y'all know me personally, but I feel like y'all don't know my name. Y'all don't really, you know, see me interacting live in action, but here I am. Yeah, oh my god, when I tell you I love this, and I literally did it in like, when I say 2 hours, I was supposed to do it last night, but told myself I was taking an hour nap and I didn't wake up till the following morning. So I had to really rush it because it's date night and I didn't want to do stuff last minute and, you know, miss our reservations and da da da. But yeah, I did this in like 2-3 hours. I'm very proud of myself. And I mean everything. Colored it, constructed it, hand sewn. I'm still trying to learn how to do the sewing machine method. Don't know how to do that yet. And installed all in one day. And I actually lost the footage of me coloring this unit, but I'm definitely doing this kind of color scheme again for my Black Friday sale. So if you're wondering in the comments, oh my god, how did you do this? I'm definitely going to be uploading a video on how I created and achieved this color. So this is like a brown base with blonde highlights instead of the original like 1B or black base with blonde highlights, you know? I'm really feeling this. This is super cute. It's the beat for me. So let's get started. This is me showing you guys the unit in its natural state. It is a 5x5 closure wig, lace wear. Although it is HD lace, makeup or lace tint is not required, but I still like to use it. So I am using Laid by Tima's Match My Lace palette, and I'll be using 2 shades to get my actual shade. I've also gotten a few comments before asking if this makeup can be used on face. I actually would not know. I never used it on my face. It is called Match My Lace, so I would just use it on my wigs and lace units. I would not even try to put it on my face. So now the lace looks more chocolatey and more of my skin complexion. And once again, if you have HD lace, you do not need to put lace tint or makeup. But I still do it anyway just to give it a flawless blend. But if you do not do it, it's still fine. Your install will still be flawless because HD lace is flawless and undetectable. Here I am cutting off the 2 corner pieces of the closure units. I do this for all my closure installs because as you can see, those 2 corners are a bit thicker than the actual lace itself. So I like to cut it off so that when it comes down for me to glue in it, or if I'm doing baby hairs on that side, that thick piece does not interfere with the install at all. So I always recommend to cut off those 2 pieces when it comes to closures only, whether it's a 4x4, 6x6, 7x7, 5x5, doesn't matter. Make sure to cut it off. And of course, y'all know what lace glue I'm using today. Erica J's Hold Me Down adhesive. If you guys haven't gotten tuned, please get in tune because it is the best of the best. It is also not rocket science to use this glue. You'll use this glue just like I use any other glue. It's 3 layers. Before applying the next layer, make sure that the layer previous to that is dried, and you know it's dry when it is clear. And you know 3 layers good to go, but in this video I only did 2 layers because I know I'll be removing my wig later on in the week. I'm not wearing it for that long, so I only did 2 layers. But for all my stylists, if you're doing other people's hair, I always recommend the 3 layers because 3 layers are a longer hold. After applying your layers, always make sure to be under the dryer or with a hand dryer in the temperature medium, just so that it can help it dry quicker. If you don't have a dryer, that's fine. Use a paper, fan it out with your hand. It's gonna dry regardless, but the blow dryer just makes it a little quicker. If your glue does not look like this after blow drying it, it is not dry. Now that our wig unit is applied, we will get into styling it. Before styling it, I like to take my hot comb and just press against the hairline, just so that the hair and the lace can, you know, really seep into that glue, so that you know your wig is not going anywhere unseen. The heat, I don't know, it's just something about the heat and lace glue, like it just works hand in hand. Now that my part is defined and my hairline has been dried, I am going to part out where I want my baby hairs to be. So for this particular look, I'm gonna have baby hairs across the whole front of the closure, which is why I'm parting out all that hair. And then after that, I just take my hot comb and I like to press the baby hairs going downward, because the baby hairs will be in a downward position rather than up. Hot combing the hair in the position that you want the hair to flow just makes it easier as well, because now when it comes to actually forming my baby hairs, which you will see later on, the baby hairs are already in a downward position. So when it comes to me putting in my mousse or my edge control or my gel, like it just forms easily. After braiding up the baby hairs to get out the way, I'm using an elastic band just so that the wig could just stay secured and in one place, because now I'm gonna get into styling the wig. When it comes to wig installs or doing any style that involves a closure piece or a frontal piece, I like to use two bands. The elastic band is used after applying your glue to secure the lace into the glue, and then a silk wrap. The silk wrap is used to define your hairline, whether you have baby hairs or a natural hairline. After forming your hairline, you would apply the silk wrap so that it can be molded properly. Now our unit is completely flat ironed, and just can you see the scalp? Like, oh my god, I live for a good scalp, baby. For this look, I was going for a blunt cut bob, so that's what I'll be doing now, cutting the bob unit on my head. It's not that difficult, but if you're a first comer, new, a wig beginner, it could be a bit tedious. Oh, and when it comes to cutting bobs or doing hair in general, like I found myself buying new scissors very often, because you need your scissors to be sharp. This unit was also pretty easy to cut because it only had 2 bundles. Bobs with more than 2 bundles, it is harder to cut into a bob because you have more hair. So the top layer could have been cut properly, but the bottom layers aren't. But when you have 2 bundles, the wig is fairly thin, so you're cutting evenly all across. Now to get into the most important and my favorite step, baby hairs. Well, it's not really important because a lot of people don't like baby hairs, but hairline in general is very important. When it comes to cutting my baby hairs, I like to use an eyebrow razor. And when it comes to forming the baby hairs, I either use Nairobi Mousse or the red Gorilla Snot. Baby hairs can be very tedious. When I first started, like, baby hairs used to be the longest part of the whole process, but now I got the hang of it. It's pretty simple. When it comes to the mousse or even the gel or edge control, it's all in the flick of the wrist. Like, you want to be very light-handed but not too hard at the same time, and you just form it until it's in the position that you really want it to be in. For some reason, during this clip, I could not find my silk wrap, which is fine. I ended up using a paper wrap. Earlier in the video, I explained that I only use 2 kinds of wraps, an elastic band and a silk wrap, but I lied. You can use 3. You can either use an elastic band, a silk wrap, or a paper wrap, but the silk wrap and the paper wrap, they are used for the same thing. Now it's time to unveil this beauty. After removing the wrap, I just like to go over the baby hairs again with the edge comb, just so that the baby hairs do not stick onto my forehead and they don't look too hard. It's really the skin for me, y'all. Like, so this is the final look. I absolutely love it. Definitely giving date night. And it's crazy because I'm gonna negate that date tonight.
But yes, this is it. Super simple, but yet still classy. Still giving some wow. And of course, makeup done by my boo Naya. She's the only one that touches my face. Well, her and K-Doll, but yes. I'm ready for date night.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah. See you in my next video.